wasn't originally planning on making a video this week at all, but after playing Maskerade the Deadpan Cry, I had to. If you've seen any of my videos before, you probably already know how I discover new horror games. I go on Steam, sort by newest, and play whatever pops up. That's how I stumbled across Maskerade the Deadpan Cry, a game that instantly became one of my favorite horror experiences of the year. It's one of those rare titles that grabs you from the first few minutes and doesn't let go. I knew the second I finished it that I needed to talk about it as soon as possible. Maskerade the Deadpan Cry is a brand new first-person narrative-driven survival horror game. You play as a girl who has been kidnapped and forced to perform as a ballerina in a mysterious decaying cabaret. Your goal is to escape with the help of the other ballerinas trapped alongside you. It's a strange and surreal premise, and I'll admit it sounds completely bizarre on paper, but somehow the developers pull it off beautifully. The execution is sharp, the tone is consistent, and the atmosphere is absolutely haunting. Now, I won't go into too much detail about the story itself. I want to avoid spoiling anything for those of you who have not played it yet. If you haven't, seriously go play it. It's completely free on Steam, and it's not super long either, which makes it a perfect one-sitting experience. If you're into psychological horror, strange stories, or creepy puzzle mechanics, you're probably gonna love it. Anyway, let's get into the review. There are three main things that stood out to me about this game, and I'll be breaking them down one by one. First off, the atmosphere. This is easily the game's strongest selling point. The world of Maskerade has this eerie 1950s theater vibe that completely pulls you into its world. Everything from the lighting to the costume design to the ambient sounds contributes to this surreal dreamlike feeling that constantly keeps you on edge. It feels like you're trapped inside a haunted stage play where something is always watching you. The way it balances beauty with dread is honestly masterful. Next up, the puzzles. The game revolves heavily around puzzle solving, and if you've ever played Hello Neighbor or Granny, the structure might feel a little similar. But, and I say this with full resentment, it's 10,000 times better than both of those games. You know I can't go a single video without hating on Hello Neighbor. The puzzles actually make sense, the progression is logical, and everything feels rewarding to solve. You're constantly finding keys, unlocking doors, and uncovering new clues that make you feel closer to escaping the cabaret. Finally, the story and underlying themes. Maskerade tells a gripping narrative, one that gradually builds tension and keeps you invested in the characters and their fates. The ballerinas aren't just nameless NPCs. You genuinely want and hope to see them get out. But there's also a darker layer beneath the surface. The game seems to explore themes of sexism and human trafficking. At least, that's how I interpreted it. The fact that these women were kidnapped and forced to perform for a faceless crowd of rich men, that's not subtle. And honestly, it adds a whole new layer of horror that makes the experience even more chilling. Overall, this game is amazing, but the only question I have now is it over? It ends on a pretty major cliffhanger that I won't spoil, but trust me, it's insane. I really hope the developers decide to release a sequel or a second chapter, because I am absolutely hooked. And if this is just the beginning, I can't wait to see what comes next. Sorry for this video being a little shorter, but I just finished playing this game and had to talk about it. If you're just as invested in this game as I am, be sure to stick around, because I'll be covering updates as they come out. And thank you all so much for watching.
The Maskerade.